What's up, everybody? Bandit and Chad here for a really old school video. We haven't been together in the truck for a while, kind of bringing back old times. Hopefully y'all enjoy this video, but we do have a lot to talk about. And to get started here, we're going to talk about the Taco Blues because that appears to be the new trend here for the 2019s.
Yes, so we did get a little bit of information about the new 2019 Tacomas. There hasn't been a whole lot of information, and Toyota has been pretty silent on the matter. They haven't really put out a whole lot, but after perusing through Tacoma World a little bit, did come across a kind of like a dealer sheet, if you will. It was more just a Microsoft Word document that listed a few different things about the 2019 Tacomas that are going to be included that are different from the 2018. So to start off, for all the models, so from SR all the way up to Limited and TRD Pro, it looks like you're going to be getting dual USB outlets.
So going along here with the different interior options, also the limited Tacomas, the top most luxurious trim level, can now be had with the cement color and the black leather interior. Before you could only get the brown leather, but I think a lot of people will probably take that option. You know, the pros have that black leather. It is a really nice look there in the truck, and I think probably a lot of people will order that.
I would imagine so. And I mean, limited kind of being reserved to a few different colors, and I mean, we've even seen quicksand limited trucks out there, which we honestly don't think look all that great, but maybe they'll look a little bit more aggressive, if you will, with that cement gray color. So going back to what Bandit had said about kind of these Tacoma Blues, that's more a reference to the colors. So Toyota is kind of changing up the different blue options that we can have here with the 2019 Tacomas. So first and foremost, the TRD Pro Tacoma, you will no longer be able to get the Cavalry Blue. It's being replaced by Voodoo Blue, which you may have seen a few different pictures of out there on the web. That's also going to be included with the TRD Pro 4Runner, as well as the Tundra.
And we saw that color first on the FJ Cruisers, if you remember that. It is kind of more of a royal blue than you would say with the Cavalry. I think the Cavalry is a good bit more pale, at least in my opinion. But now, since Voodoo is joining the Pro lineup, Cavalry is going to trickle down, and we're guessing we're going to see that more in all the TRD trims. So the Sport and the Off-Road, you know, kind of the mid-level trucks will probably see that color, right?
Right, because according to the sheet that we found on Tacoma World, it's looking like Toyota is dropping two of the colors that we were having available until now, and that was the Blazing Blue Pearl that we had gotten to know, as well as the Inferno. So we're going to be losing that orangish red color, if you will, and that's going away completely, and they haven't spoken anything about replacing that with a specific type of red, if they've just kept it more under wraps or they're just completely dropping it from the lineup, since they're replacing, you know, some blues and putting that into the lineup. We're just not exactly sure where that's going to go, but basically, yeah, we're just losing some of these colors that we were used to.
Right, and Chad was saying, you know, whether they'll replace it with another, you know, orange type color, they still have Barcelona red in the lineup, and that is not changing. So you still will have kind of a bright, more sporty color if you did want to go in that direction. But it looks like the blues are the biggest mix-up here for the 2019 model year.
Right. So
we briefly just mentioned the different TRD Pro options, but just to give you a quick refresher, you can still get that with the white, the black, and now the Voodoo Blue since Cavalry is dropped. And also, you can now get, for the Tacomas at least, a desert air intake. Now, normally, it's a snorkel. I mean, let's all be honest here. It's 100% a snorkel. But I think manufacturers are hesitant to call it a snorkel because then people will get the idea that they can ford crazy rivers and all this kind of stuff. And there are a lot of electronics in this truck, and I don't think any manufacturer wants a lot of water in your cabin area, or really even wants you going through that high of water on the outside of your vehicle. But we've seen the same exact thing actually in the past week with the Chevy ZR2 Bison Edition, which we saw a very similar thing when AEV took the Colorado to SEMA and did some different things there. But basically, again, that has a desert air intake, which is a snorkel right there on the passenger side of the truck. And what they're saying that'll do is, if you are desert running in your either Tacoma or Colorado, you will get a little bit cleaner air because you're taking your intake a little higher up. So if you're kind of desert running behind somebody, you wouldn't be getting all of their dirty air. So it does make sense. Here in this part of the country, I don't think that's going to make a difference. You can probably tell it's pouring outside right now, and we have no desert here in Virginia. So I'm not really sure how applicable that's going to be for the vast majority of people. I think, unfortunately, it is more of a cool looking option. You know, it's not really all that functional. Certainly, if you're going to go out there and act like you're Iron Man Stewart, Ivan Stewart, maybe that'll help you. I'm not really sure about that.
And it kind of takes the eat my dust to a whole different level.
Right, because they're not even eating your dust
exactly,
anymore.
That's the point. It's not. So to wrap up the TRD Pro changes that are coming in 2019, as we had discussed several months ago when we first got word of it, again, refreshing you all about it, the TRD Pro skid plate, the only differences with that is that they're including red letter inserts there in the front, I guess just to kind of separate it and bring a little bit more of a pop to those letters that are imprinted there on that aluminum skid plate that you get from Toyota. And then the TRD Pro exhaust is getting a black tip. Again, that is just something that separates it from the previous years and makes it stand out a little better.
Right, so with some other news this week, you can tell it is a little bit gloomy. It's because Tropical Storm Florence is about to hit land, if it hasn't already by the time you all are watching it. So for our friends that are on the East Coast, definitely keep them in your thoughts and prayers. It looks like it's going to be a pretty bad one, but definitely hang in there, guys, and hopefully everything will be all right there. Also, actually earlier today, Chad picked me up. I did sell the Land Cruiser, so our Toyota fleet is diminishing. It is a very sad day, but we kept the thing for a little over a year. We went from basically it was non-operational to taking it on a couple good wheeling and camping trips. We really enjoyed having the Land Cruiser, and it was a lot of fun. But it is time to move on, and I think we're going to have a couple more interesting projects here in the very near future. So be sure and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. As always, we do really appreciate the support. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a fantastic week, everybody. Catch you next time.
See you guys.